What is happening, movie fans? It's COVID-19 2020. I'm out here in the public. I'm ready to expose myself to the generally decrepit and virus-laden population that is our modern infrastructure in public. Ready to broadcast to you live about some of the biggest topics in movie news this week. We're doing 10 topics in Hollywood, for the most part, non-COVID related. So I've done my due diligence this week, looking for articles. Hey, Paul, what's up, dude? Baby, just Tiffany, what up, girl? Yeah, guys. What up, G Wolf? Hey, man. Hey, guys. So, I live in San Francisco now, and much like New York City, San Francisco is a very old city. So the infrastructure here is a little behind the curve in regards to Southern California. So I couldn't live stream from my apartment. I'm getting the landlord to adjust the speed for the internet, but for today, anyhow, I have to go out in public. I'm here at a Starbucks. I don't know if you can see it. You can't see it, I don't think. But looks like I'm the only one on Wi-Fi, so we're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna jump right into this. I wanna make sure everything here is good on Google Analytics. Please forgive me for this very ghetto. There we are. Let's move this back a bit. You can see my face, and there we are. Okay, great. Yeah, this very ghetto setup. I'm literally standing outside in public by my lonesome. Stream health looks good. You guys say I am great. We've got viewers active in the chat, so let's just get this bad boy rolling. Guys, I am launching a couple new things here for the channel. One of my favorite things, I'm totally stealing it from, okay, hey, Paul in Long Beach says, what neighborhood are you in? So, Paul, dude, I'm not actually in San Francisco proper. I live in San Rafael, AKA Ghost Town. Loud and clear, babe, says my beautiful, lovely, sexy, intelligence girlfriend. But yeah, San Rafael, so I'm right across the Golden Gate Bridge. As soon as you get across the bridge, I'm right there. So yeah, guys. I did my due diligence to get some of the best topics I possibly could for you guys. So I really want to dive into this. But let me get back into what I was saying earlier. You know what? Fuck COVID. I can't talk with a mask and shit. Hey, as long as I got people 6 feet away from me, I think we're good. All right. So let's talk about some of the new things I have here on the channel, guys, because my favorite thing about this whole YouTube channel is talking to you about movies, movie news, entertainment industry news. The live streams are my absolute favorite thing to do. Of course, some of you guys have seen me in John Campia's chat, Robert Meyer Burnett's chat, Andy Signore's chat, sometimes Midnight Edge. And of course, on my own channel here at MoviePOP, talking to you guys. Thank you all so much for being here. So I'm gonna STFU right now, but check this out, guys. Send me an email for the topic of the week, and also viewer letters, much like Robert Meyer Burnett is doing. I want to start reading your letters on the live broadcast, and I also want you to submit to me your topic of the week. So we're still going to do our top 10 topics for the week, but we'll do it as a bonus feature in addition to my own personal bonus feature should the situation merit it. A topic of the week that I will choose from the best submitted topics, and all you have to do is send it to dj@moviepop.org, and yeah, let's get that going, guys. I will also start doing top comments as well, so make sure you comment on this live stream, comment on any other future videos I may be doing in the future. I will be highlighting the top comments on the live stream on this broadcast. So a great way to get all you sexy movie fans on board here on screen. But yeah, without any further ado, guys, I want to start with our first topic of the day. Boom. That is not what I saved. Of course this would happen to me. Wow. Okay, you know what, guys? This is so... What the hell's... Rob is starting in 30 minutes. Yeah, dude, Paul, you know what? I know Rob is starting... PAULA Ballers recently informed me of Rob's schedule, so I wasn't aware that he's either on at 1 or 2 p.m. Every weekend. Jesus, this is so ghetto. Guys, I'm trying my best. What the fudge? Seriously, I spent 3 hours at work last night preparing the show, and for some reason the lower thirds are not... Wow. That is complete bulljizzle. That sucks. I'm so sorry, guys. That, you know, this was ghetto to begin with, but yes. And G-Wolf says I'll try and come up with a witty email before the next show. Please do, dude. I would really appreciate that. My lower thirds, I had all the lower thirds ready to go with the websites loaded. So guys, I'm going to do this broadcast very ghetto-like without the lower thirds. So despite the fact that it says Taika Waititi, we'll be talking about the Oscars. This is actually going to be regarding Reno 911. Did you guys know Reno 911's coming back? I'm pretty stoked about that. Hold on, let me reorient the live chat to the left of the screen so I can see what you guys are saying while I'm talking. Yeah, dude, totally commando live stream, G-Wolf. Paul in Long Beach also says, damn, glad the Blondie thing wasn't real. What Blondie thing are you talking about, bro? Blondie? Who's Blondie, by the way? Is that the band from the 90s, Blondie? Anyhow, let's go back here. Guys, Quibi, if you haven't seen Quibi, like, you know, invading your ad space online, whether you use Instagram, whatever social media platform. Yeah, Reno 911. Don't touch my face. Yes, thank you, baby. I haven't touched any other handles, doors. I've been wearing this mask when I go out. I've been wearing gloves, actually, when I push grocery carts, so good on me. But yeah, probably still for the better not to touch my face, because quite honestly, guys, I'm very afraid of this whole COVID thing. So I didn't want to talk about COVID on this broadcast, but you know, obviously this is like nothing the modern society has ever seen. The complete shutdown of the world economy is unprecedented. It's going to have a ripple effect that will cascade into the forthcoming months, even if this is solved within the next 2 weeks. So very serious news, guys. No, Paul in Long Beach says at least he's wearing pants. No, dude, I'm not wearing pants, by the way. I didn't have time to put pants on, man. So I'm wearing my undies. I got my scrubs on top. Ran out. No, just kidding. But that totally is not beyond the pale for me, anyhow. For example, last night, I had to go to my car outside my apartment. I was wearing my underwear. I'm like, fudge it. Just put on some slippers, walked out to my car in my undies, grabbed what I got to get. Granted, it was like 2 a.m., so, you know, the possibility of somebody seeing me, slim to none. But anyhow, Paul in Long Beach says, the picture and you posted last week. What picture did I post? Was that the old man picture of myself? The Robert De Niro / doppelganger of me? Anyhow, guys, yeah, so Reno 911 is coming back on Quibi. It's a new streaming service, I believe app specific or app exclusive. But if you guys are big fans, if you're, what's prior to millennials? Generation X, I think, this is me, 1980s, late 1980s. Yeah, but anyhow, Reno 911s, they're coming back. It's great, so yeah. All right, I just want to let you guys know about that. So I want to start off things slowly here. I do have some big topics to talk about, so let's just move forward. This one is very interesting. Oh, woke culture. Guys, Marvel Comics has come out with a new comic series, the New Warriors. So those of you who are very woke, very SJW, We got a new class of warriors here. But get this. Now, everything else here that is detailed, this is coming from Marvel.com. Standard fare comic book hero. Look at this. We got screen time. And look at him. He looks like Geordie LaForge. Screen time. Oh, yeah. But, guys, I am not kidding you. This is real AF Snowflake and safe space. So, for the modern millennials who are too afraid to go outside, who are triggered by the slightest verbal injustice, don't worry, there's a superhero for you in Snowflake and Safe Space. I thought this was a joke, guys. I think I initially saw this on We Got It Covered or JoeBlow.com. But this is real AF. As you can see, this is coming from Marvel. Snowflake and Safe Space are the two brand new superheroes for the new Warriors. I thought that was a very funny, light way to start off the conversation here. Because we're all fans of the MCU. So yeah, get ready for this. I think, this is a very adequate replacement for Tony Stark and Captain America. I mean, what better people to take up the mantle of two of the greatest superheroes ever than Snowflake and Safe Space. So going back to the live stream chat right here, guys. G Wolf says, I was a big Reno 911 fan, so I hope they do it right and don't try and make it so sterile. Yeah, dude, great point, man. I mean, because who's the black guy or Dominican guy who plays a police officer in Reno 911? That guy, he's fantastic. I love him. He's my favorite character. I forget who the actor is who plays the police officer who likes to wear shorts, but with a handlebar mustache, like, great. I mean, classic comedy series for that. Paul in Long Beach, I happen to see your comment. Paul, by the way, and guys, to all of you guys watching, if you want me to read your comment on live on air, just at MoviePop, me. That way I can see it highlighted. I know it's for me to read on air. Otherwise, I will ignore it unless I happen to catch it, like right now, in which case Paul in Long Beach says, please God, I hope this is a joke. No, bro. No joke here. Marvel.com. Peep it for yourself. So let's move on to our next topic, guys. Again, please, I apologize for the Gadot live stream today. I saved my whole template here in OBS. I can't catch a break. Guys, if you haven't heard already, and I'm starting things off light here, I've got some great topics I really want to talk about, especially the last topic for the broadcast here. That's our 10th topic. I'll give you a little clue. It's coming from Christopher Nolan. So stick around, we'll talk about that. But, okay, G-Wolf says, Cedric Yarbrough. Yep. Oh, and you know what? Cedric Yarbrough, he plays Tom. He does the voice acting for Tom on the Boondocks anime series. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. Fantastic. But yeah, great. Anyhow, guys, if you haven't heard about this already, Paula Ballers mentioned this on her Twitter. I talked to her about it or commented back on her tweet about it. Gal Gadot's Celebrity Imagine video is just too cringe. I had a really cheeky headline for the lower third where it said, like, SJW on SJW crime, kind of like a pun on black crime. But it's interesting to me here to see that Vice.com, which is a very woke SJW, far left-leaning media news outlet. This is coming from a very liberal guy. All right. Anyhow, people are just like shit-shaming Gal Gadot and company for posting up a video about singing John Lennon's song Imagine. Imagine all the people, right? Basically the article kind of details like, hey, like, we don't want to be prostrated and lectured at by rich elites about how great the world could be. Sorry, I touched my face. I know. Fudge. Guys, I mean, listen, I am by far from being anything close to a rich man. But just because you're rich, just because you've had the blessings of being fortunate enough to accumulate a vast financial income, does not mean you don't have a soul. Does not mean you have a social conscience. And what place more so than Hollywood would this be most appropriate? Because these actors, and they don't start off being rich. You know, the path to becoming a prominent, high-level actor, I'm sure, is mired with a myriad of roadblocks and trials, tribulations, struggles that they have transcended and have been able to come to public prominence. And, you know, they started off most often as normal people. So I think they really do have a tangible relationship to our experience as normal heathens. You know, Lord, can I please have a speckle of respect, my Lord? You know, us down on the lower socioeconomic spectrum speak like that, of course. But no, guys, this article basically was going off on a rant about this. I thought it was interesting in the fact that, you know, I mean, come on, like, these people are just talking about, you know, positivity, being a good human being. What? Anyhow, rant over, guys. I'm going to go on to the next topic. I don't see any discussions in the chat about that. So let's start off with, okay, we're ramping it up. We're ramping it up slowly but surely. We're getting there. Guys, if you like The Office, if you like Parks and Recreation, there's a new show by series creator Greg Daniels. It's called Upload. I believe it is premiering on Amazon Prime. The newest trailer for that has dropped. I highly recommend it. It looks like a very tongue-in-cheek comedy in the vein, of course, of The Office and Parks and Rec, in addition to having a technologically aware acumen. So, real quick, let's go to G-Wolf, who says, they should have given up $1 million to charities and passed on the video. It was a low-effort post. You know what, dude? You're not wrong. Yeah, I mean, honestly, in all honesty, yeah. In that context, listen, guys, I will happily stand aside when corrected if I'm wrong. You just illuminated something for me, G-Wolf. Yeah, because it's so easy to pop up your phone, gather a bunch of your rich friends, and sing la-da-da-da-do kumbaya about let's be nice people and imagine a better world. But what the hell? I mean, that's as useful as someone saying, you know, if you come down with cancer and you post it on your Facebook, hey guys, just did my first chemotherapy treatment, I'm on cancer, yada, yada, yada. And then you have somebody comment, or a whole stream of comments that say, oh, thoughts and prayers to you. I'll be praying for you. Like, what tangible effect does your prayer have? Now, I mean, of course, we can talk about a whole host of metaphysical, religious concepts that may allude to the possibility of some other ethereal realm in which human beings can tangibly impact physical reality through thoughts and prayers. But if you want to be 100% sure about what the F you're doing, send a mother jigga some money, right? Yes. And what better people than the elite to be positioned to do just that? So yeah, dude, very insightful comment. Thank you for that. But I'm gonna move forward, guys. Upload, the trailer is available. Check it out. Let's go on to the next topic. Okay, here we are. It's getting hot. It's getting hot. Because if you guys haven't heard, and I'm sure you have, Kevin Smith has been talking about knowledge or involvement, perhaps, with the Spider-Man 3 film. And here's the best part. Charlie Cox, the actor who plays Matt Murdoch, aka Daredevil, is rumored to make a cameo in the form as lawyer Matt Murdoch. Now, guys, I couldn't be more excited about this, because if they were to bring Daredevil, Matthew Murdoch, into the MCU, right? I think that would be some next level strategic gameplay on the part of Sony Corporation, because if you don't already know, Sony Corporation owns the rights, dead the rights, for Spider-Man. When they did their initial Spider-Man films, Marvel was not an outright film studio at the time, so they licensed, or rather sold, the rights to Spider-Man. I'm preaching to the choir. Of course, you know all this. Anyhow, a stroke of genius on behalf of Sony, if they are to follow up with this, because I think, Marvel proper, Kevin Feige, they want to distance themselves from what Netflix has done with their Marvel IPs, what ABC has done with their Marvel IPs. Mostly ABC, because ABC Networks really, they shot themselves in the foot with regards to the whole Marvel series. Now, Netflix has done a better job with the Marvel properties. If Sony is prescient enough to take that character, that actor, and utilize him into the MCU, I think it would honestly be a stroke of genius. So guys, honestly, I want to know, what are your thoughts on this? How did you react to the rumors? I'm sure you've heard Campia talk about this at length. It honestly, if we backtrack to the original source of this, I believe it came from WeGotItCovered.com. Not a reputable source, but there could be some truth in it. So, yeah, guys, let's keep this dirty train rolling. Let me check the stream health here. Stream health is healthy. It looks like we're good. Guys, if you can just let me know in the live chat, give me a thumbs up if everything is streaming well here. Because again, I don't have my setup here. Typically, I have two screens. I'm in a house. I can see exactly what I'm doing. In this case, I don't know what the fudge is going on. But hey, listen, Collider is up and running. And guess what? They have broke an exclusive Mandalorian 2, Season 2, adds Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano. I mean, guys, talk about perfect casting, right? Now, this article, of course, details the confirmation of the Season 2 happening and Rosario Dawson being officially cast as that. Cool. G-Wolf says, I buffered for a bit, but I'm all good. So, awesome. Thanks, bro. Thanks for moderating, by the way, dude. Guys, can we give a round of applause for G-Wolf? He is actually the first official viewer of this channel dating back to last year, February 2019. He's been consistent, he's been awesome, and it's been such a treat to have someone follow me through this progress. And the fantastic moderators on Robert Meyer Burnett's channel, in our private Twitter DM. By the way, G-Wolf, if you have a Twitter, hit me up at RealMoviePop so I can add you to that DM. They say, hey, dude, why don't you add G-Wolf as a mod? Provided the description I just laid out to you. And I'm like, oh, I hadn't even considered that. I didn't know if I didn't want to inconvenience him with the responsibility, but hey, he's here. So guys, give him a round of applause. Thanks for being here, bro. Thanks for being here from the beginning. That's awesome. Anyhow, hey, Paul in Long Beach, I know you got to go to Rob's channel. Thanks for dropping by, dude. We're going to change the times up here. I'm going to talk to Robert personally, by the way. We've had very, very short discussions with each other, but yeah, I will see if I can arrange some collaborations are in talk as well. I've heard from Robert and his moderator, Mike Bowden, his business partner as well, about collaborating. I'm trying to get that going, but being a nobody that I am, it's like molasses. It's moving slowly, so. G-Wolf, I also caught you say AKA stalker. The best kind of stalker, though. So trust me, I've had many a girlfriend, and you are definitely at the bottom of the totem pole there. So guys, we got about a half an hour left here. I'm gonna wrap this up with the next topic. Let's move on to it. Lower thirds are not here. That is really pissing me off. And guys, of course, as I move through these, sorry, this setup is completely ghetto, as you know. I'm not really in my proper headspace to do this, so let me remind you, of course, as I go through these topics, please let me know your thoughts. Comment on them down below. If you're already here, you're watching, leave a like for the video. It helps. Subscribe to the channel if you happen to be watching this without being subscribed. Yeah. But guys, coronavirus, let's talk about it for a bit. Because I think there's some very relevant issue with regards to the Academy Awards, right? Now, typically, awards season doesn't happen until the tail end of any given year. That's typically from September to December, most notably through October to December is when the Academy has their best films, not the Academy, when the Academy is treated to studios releasing their best films for consideration, right? But we are experiencing a global pandemic like nothing we've ever seen before. So what does that mean for films who have an earlier release schedule, like right now, and you know they're impacted by the virus, and maybe not be able to have a theatrical exhibition, at least right now, and depending how this whole pandemic plays out, maybe not later until summer or later in the year. And then, you know, if theaters are open then and you have exhibitions for Oscar-nominated films later in the year competing for, you know, viewership from films that should have been exhibited earlier in this year, how does that work? What is the impact in regards to the Academy and how they will determine what films are eligible for nominations? So, guys, it's a fantastic read here at the Hollywood Reporter. Of course, it's all speculous cookies. I love speculous cookies, by the way. If you don't know what speculous cookies are, let me tell you something. If you've ever flown Delta Airlines, and please, and diatribe, it's made with speculous cookies. It's essentially like a very good gingerbread. Am I back? I think we're back. Are we golden? How we doing? Okay, so I think I'm back. I'm going to answer some comments here in the live stream. And of course, make sure you leave a comment in the live stream in the comment section down below, because I will be highlighting it for the live. We're going to waive the waiting period and start streaming soon after release, so the upcoming Oscars may be a bit strange and thin. A lot of movies are going to waive the waiting period. Okay, a lot of movie theaters are going to waive the waiting period. Okay, right. Movie theaters and movie studios in conjunction with each other, provided the context of this global pandemic, and are going to waive the waiting period and start streaming. Okay, so studios, yes, will start streaming soon after release. Okay, yes, that does seem like to be the, what's the word? The progress, for lack of a better word, thus far. So the Oscars may be a bit strange and thin. Well, dude, I mean, honestly, and this is going to tie into, I think, is one of my other topics later today with regards to the Cannes Film Festival in France. It's canceled. Cannes is the penultimate film festival. I mean, were literally films are exhibited, and networking happens. You know, where producers, directors, everyone involved. Yikes. Everyone involved in the production of a specific film can network with distributors and film studios to, you know, buy rights to the film, right? So with Cannes being canceled now and pushed back, how is that going to affect the release schedule? And G. Wolf does clarify here. He says, you have to wait 6 months after release to be considered for an Oscar, from what I know. That specific point, G. Wolf, I'm going to be honest, I did not know that as a metric. So cool. Thanks, man. Really appreciate that insight. I did not know that. Interesting. Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, that's still applicable to the concept with cons being canceled, with the coronavirus impacting. I guess more specifically with regards to film festivals seeking film festivals and the film's production crew and staff exhibiting their films to be picked up, right? If that doesn't happen within the time frames of 6 months, then yeah, that would be an issue, none the same. Anyhow, I thought it was an interesting article, an interesting read from The Hollywood Reporter. Of all the articles, as always, guys, that I do read online, I found this one to be the most informative. So check it out at thehollywoodreporter.com. Hopefully I'm not going to open up a Pornhub tab here or a UJizz tab. Just kidding. I don't watch porn. I just record videos of myself ingratiating myself and then watch that and ingratiate myself to myself ingratiating myself. All right, this is cool. This is really cool. If there's one thing that's really been cool about COVID, allow me to smoke this bad boy here. It's been a very stressful afternoon. So the release schedule, guys, is shut down. What does that mean for new films that have not yet been released with theaters being shut down? Well, guess what? The Lovebirds, one of the comedies coming out earlier this year that I was anticipating for an April 3rd release date, has now been picked up by Netflix. So Paramount had the good sense to say, hey, you know what? We can't premiere this film in theaters because theaters are shut down. We're going to exhibit it on Netflix. And my God, great. Because, I mean, this looks like, it looked like a comedy I wanted to see, but it didn't really, make me like slap my knee and laugh at my ass off. I was like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. Lo and behold, I went to my local Blockbuster as a child, grabbed some candy, grabbed my VHS tape of Austin Powers and said, sir, I'd like to purchase this for viewership and I will be kind and I will rewind and return it. And guess what? I've been a fan ever since. So, yeah, guys. Big news here. I think, as long as this virus does impact our global economy, we can expect to see more of these kind of future releases from upcoming films. And it's wise for the studios to do. So, what else could you do? Postpone the release indefinitely? For the next 3 weeks, 6 weeks, months, years? Or months. Shouldn't it be years? Please God, no, not years. But anyhow, guys, let me know your thoughts here. Having to project this loud out in public. People looking at me like, what the hell is this crazy guy doing in Scrubs talking about movies? Hey, I'm walking here. Hey, forget about it, huh? Yeah, they definitely think I'm crazy. So, guys, let's move forward to the next topic here. Man, I can't get a break from Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Good Lord Almighty. Well, guess what? Greg Grunberg, who does have the fortunate hookup from fellow friend and filmmaker J.J. Abrams to make cameo appearances in most of J.J. Abrams' enunciation. J.J. Abrams. There we are. Righto, Governor. He's had the fortunate nature of being on a lot of J.J. Abrams projects, most recently, The Rise of Skywalker. My lower thirds graphic title said, Star Wars actor Greg Grunberg shits on The Rise of Skywalker director's cut. So, guys, again, another interesting read from The Hollywood Reporter. Here's the gist. PR gloss. It's totally PR gloss. It's complete bulljizzle. What he's essentially saying is, well, you know, I don't understand all the hype online about people saying that The Rise of Skywalker was a rebuke of The Last Jedi. And that, dude, guys, the rebuke of The Last Jedi was as subtle as J.J. Ephraim, what is he, from Africa now? J.J. Abrams' rebuke of George Lucas's handling of the prequels. Remember the first line of dialogue in The Force Awakens? It was said by Max von Sydow, the late Max von Sydow, who said, "This will begin to make things right." Now, obviously that had some narrative context with the screenplay, very minor, loosely tied narrative context, but it basically was a rebuke for the travesty us Star Wars fans had to endure that was the Star Wars prequels by George Lucas. So J.J. Abrams was very casually, tongue-in-cheek, saying, all right, this is gonna make things all right, right? So yeah, I don't buy what this guy is saying. You know, he's basically he's a nice wingman for J.J. Abrams, but it's an interesting read. So I suggest you look at it, and it also does dispel any rumors for a director's cut of The Rise of Skywalker, which I have no interest in seeing. That film was just dead on arrival, guys. Okay. Are we on the 10th topic already? We may be. Okay. Guys, I think we are. I'm not sure. I don't have everything set up here like usual, but this is the penultimate. Let me go back to the live chat here, see if you guys have said anything here. Oh, cool. Cool. All right, let's go to the live chat, guys. G-Wolf says, China is going to show movies they wouldn't normally show now that they are on the backside of COVID, so it may help. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, China is definitely, second globally in terms of GDP. They are a considerable heavyweight in terms of box office returns for Hollywood. Just generally speaking, most notably speaking with Disney's release of Mulan, penned for the 23rd of March this year, being delayed because of the virus. So, yeah, I would hope so. If that is the case, and China is, getting back on their best footing to kind of offset some of the financial hardships of Hollywood productions being released theatrically, please, God, yeah, Chinese people, go watch some movies and keep stealing intellectual property. Yeah. So the next comment here says, the problem is that JJ ignored The Last Jedi and just made a standalone movie. But see, G-Wolf, I think that even is too gracious of a dismissal. I wish they would have, no, I don't wish, but let's imagine if he had ignored what happened in The Last Jedi, right? We would have had something like Terminator Genesis, where it just outright said, hey, listen, we're ignoring everything that happened after Terminator 2. This is the official third sequel to complete the trilogy. Let's go. And narratively, I mean, that did work out so much better for Tim Miller and James Cameron, right? But JJ, whether or not to a certain degree, which I think he did, of course, I grant you, ignored what happened in The Last Jedi, they still had to pay tribute or concessions to certain events that did unfold in The Last Jedi, right? And try to retcon them. Very clumsily handled. A lot of new, you're not wrong about J.J. Abrams introducing a new standalone theme elements for the third film, but, did we really need those? Wrap up your storyline and what happened in The Last Jedi, conclude that with the characters we've been introduced to, because, look, we were introduced to Rose Tico in The Last Jedi, and then unceremoniously she disappears in The Rise of Skywalker, so Dude, you've got a full cast there. You've got Poe Dameron, you've got Rose Tico, you've got Luke Skywalker, you've got Rey Palpatine / Skywalker. God, so dumb. So dumb. Guys, that reminds me, I've got to get to work in about 40 minutes right now. And since I had to drive far away to do this broadcast, I'm going to wrap it up there. But I didn't even get to talk about my last topic. It's a really fantastic read. It's written by Christopher Nolan on the Washington Post, talking about how movie theaters are a vital part of American social life, and they will need our help. Because as you guys know, Yang Gang, Andrew Yang, baby. I've been a firm supporter of Andrew Yang from the very get-go. He has the most knowledgeable, prescient insight in terms of how technology is going to impact our economy moving forward, and how do you resolve the conflicts of capitalism when you have automation basically upending the worker class of society, right? Because you need workers, you need producers, you need consumers. You have this infinite cycle of producing shit we don't need, buying it and working for it, and it's self-generating, right? But when automation comes into fruition and you don't have people working to manufacture the goods, well, then the wheel of capitalism is essentially broken, had it not been previously, which that's a whole nother topic. So Andrew Yang said, hey, listen, UBI, let's spend it out. Obviously, Trump is doing that now. We've got the bailout packages in talks for industries in America. And Christopher Nolan is saying simply this. And I know it may sound silly at first glance, but really think about it. Because we're so used to movies being a commodity that is just part of our normal lives. But, movies are an exhibition house for the masses on the cheap. They provide regular, consistent, comfortable, reliable, quality entertainment broadcast worldwide. And, I think the arts are honestly a very critical component of society. And the fact that, in our modern world that we're able to have even, the poorest among us able to afford, a night out to the movies for themselves or their family, and to be a part of the social conversation in tandem, especially in this modern world where we've become so much more isolated from each other at large, and we're more involved in our own echo chambers, our own tiny little corners of the internet that are very niche genres. We all don't tune into ABC, NBC, CBS to get our news or our culture anymore. We all have our own disparate pockets, but movie theaters are the one place that not only we mentally and physically get to go to have a social fabric, cohesive social fabric narrative in terms of, hey, this is something I like, let's talk about it. I think it's very important that as a part of the stimulus bailout, that movie theaters are included in it. Furthermore, as a aspiring film director myself, I fail to recognize the importance of the movie industry on the whole. And Christopher Nolan is, of course, talking about this. I'm giving it to you in a very poor man's way, layman's way. But, the movie industry is not only supported by those who are actually working in the production studios in Hollywood, New York, San Francisco, wherever it may be, at least continentally, but it's also supported by a network of large movie theater chains like AMC, Regal, Cinemark, and of course the smaller private companies that exhibit these films and that have people staffing it for concessions and movie tickets and management and logistics, everything that supports a movie theater. I mean, there's a whole other aspect of industry that is supported by these films. And if we don't support the film industry, we don't support the arts, you really are doing a disservice to our culture at large, right? And then also a whole network of industry. So it's a great read. It's a great read from a fantastic director. I highly suggest it, guys. But yeah, that's it. Comment down below. I'm going to close out the live chat for now. But hey, guys, thank you so much for being here, bearing with me out here. I'm fighting COVID for you to report movie news, entertainment news, etc. It's time to put my mask back on. I shall be gone, but guys, stay safe. Seriously, take this very seriously. Wear a mask if you're going out, preferably an N95 mask if you can get access to it. Wear gloves, wash your hands, all of that. Please do that. This is no joke. Yeah, dude, G Wolf says, I hope Alamo Drafthouse gets through this. I really hope so too. Alamo Drafthouse, iPick, some other theater chains that are not AMC. I hope they all do get through this too. So I hope we all get through this too, dude. Let's just put a moratorium on paying bills for, you know, places we rent out, credit card bills, auto payments. Just pause the economy. The economy's on pause anyways, so why not pause our payments? Not like we can go to jobs to pay it off anyhow. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Thank you all so much for being here. Next week, Saturday, we're gonna be doing Weekly Weekender again from my home with faster internet. And remember, send me your topic of request to dj@moviepop.org. There it is right there. Topic of the week request, and also viewer letters. Try to keep it movie related if you can, but if not, no problem. I just want to take your thoughts on screen, guys, because I truly, genuinely do appreciate you all being here and being active on the channel and speaking with me. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Head on over to Rob's channel, see what's up with him on Robservations. I'm sure he's waxing rhapsodic about something, a great many things that are fascinating and interesting. Be safe out there, guys. Whew. Have a great day, great week. Hang in there. Let's get through this. No worries, man, G-Wolf. I tried my best to do this, bro. I'm doing it out here live in public. I had to go to 3 different spots to find decent Wi-Fi, but I did it. So I'm off to work now, though. I'm going to go save some lives. You guys stay home. Be safe. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day, weekend, and week.